we'd shift 2 boxes of brown and a box of white in bits, so you understand the amount of profits that's coming in. £10 bits, I'm talking here. 2 boxes of Bobby, box of white, £10 bits every week. So you can understand what's coming through, can't you? So say we shift in the week before a box of Bobby and a Bobby. Say the week before we shifted 2 and 1. The wages will be exactly the same. You know, the week later, if we only shifted half of one and half of the other, the wages will be exactly the same on the Friday for them, no matter what. So that kid that stood in the rain all week by himself, dealing this for hours, guaranteed 5 o'clock Friday night, he'd get his wages. I done it on the principle of like me dad years ago. You know, when he didn't get his wages on Friday night, we were fucked for the weekend. The family, mum, no food, kids hungry. So when I'm growing up, when I'm starting to give people wages, I'm overemphasising on the time they're getting the wages and make sure we stick to it. So guaranteed 5 o'clock Friday night, then 15 kids will be getting their money. Guaranteed. And then on Friday night, they'd fuck off and take the birds out for the restaurants and get on with their own little lives with the wages and look after their mum and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And then Monday night, back on it. Monday day, why? Because the weekend you'd have different workers. Why? Because lads have got lives, haven't they? So on the weekend you'd have it'd probably be us on the estate, whereas all week we're not there, but on the weekend we're all there. Like a naughty fucked up firm. You'd have just like Raptors, you'd have CR80s. This is before Lucky Bikes, but this is like 2 o'clock in the morning. Like our estate, what was happening with us, you probably understood what I've been telling you for time. Because we weren't part of the organised crime families that have monopolised the drug trade in the area, and we're trying to break into it with our own way of doing it. All the feds were on us. So all them grafters that were working for all them family members over there, who were floating around in their nice £6,000 cars at the time, with swag in the mouth and phones on them, bang on to fuck, slamming on at the corner, seeing 20 people, feds cruising past, not even fucking trying to cough for them and that. That's the way it was. But us, we're getting fucking hounded. They're coming in for us bad. So when we've got cars, feds are coming, wham, sweeping on them, smashing windows, dragging the boys out of them, choking the shit out of them, taking Graft phones off them, taking swag off them, giving them jail. So to stop that shit, we took them out of the cars and put it on bikes. And we were the first firm to start using bikes. Before you know it, everyone's using them, but we were the first firm to start using bikes. Why? Because we had to. We couldn't float round like all the other cars and just sell drugs. They were on us to fuck, trying to shut us down bad. So what happened then, they'd start bonneting the lads off the bikes. Feds would start bonneting the lads off the bikes, mowing them down, nicking them, getting swag out their mouths and choking them so they couldn't swallow it. So we were just losing pure lads. Fuck the drugs. You know, our mates are getting jail here. What the fuck can we do to stop it happening? That's what it was about. It weren't about, oh, we're losing too much drugs here. Fuck that, my man's just got 4, he's got a 5, he's got this, what the fuck? How were they all getting nicked? So we took the bikes out, took the fucking cars away, took the phones away, and just parked up on the estate. Not parked up, stood. So now we're stood on the estate, and if that customer wants smack or crack off us or whatever, It ended up whatever you wanted, you had. But they didn't need to phone us. They didn't have to meet us on a corner. You just get to the estate, come on the estate, get served, fuck off. Wow. When we started doing that, we just took over. Took over. We started making a lot more. Well more. Why? Because all the other dickheads who were getting left alone by the feds, a punter would ring them and say, yeah, go to the corner. I'll be there now. So the punter would come all the way from town with the money she's earned off whatever she's doing to get her drugs. And then you'd see them standing on the corner for 15, 20 minutes. Waiting for this dickhead who thinks he's fucking hard on them all and that, you know, hang on, I'm coming now, wait there. You know, treating them all like shit. Whereas they can just get the bus from town right to our estate, get the shit and be gone. And as soon as the word got round, everyone weren't standing on corners no more. Fuck you, I'm not waiting, I'd rather walk down there 5 minutes, get me shit and get off. So all the punters from up that end, who was on someone else's phone, who would normally have to wait, are just fucking them off, going, I'm just standing here for 10 minutes when I can go down there, get the fattest fucking, I can get a 0.3 for a tenner on brown and 0.2 for a tenner on white. So that's what we done, undercut everyone. See, just smashed it. Just smashed it. But then the people above us, the millionaires that had already monopolised the whole city for decades and decades, these family drug dealing families, when they could see the dough we were making without them, without mixing with any of these fucking rats, we were our own little thing, forging our own little way. We weren't a part of these families that had had it for years. As soon as they understood what was happening with us, they've all started trying to tap in. And then when we've refused their advances, you know, these people wouldn't give us swag. These people wouldn't give us drugs. These people wouldn't give us firearms for ages. Wouldn't even let us tap in. Made it very hard for us to tap in. We tapped in ourselves. A few years later, all that wouldn't let us tap in now want to give us drugs. They want us to get swag off them now because we're shift and pure shit. We haven't just got this Grisdale. We've got a little graft in Scotland, we've got a graft in Wales, we've got a graft down south, we've got a graft in Blackpool. You know, so there's fucking pure parcel getting shift and pure bits. Willie Moore's tapped in, started trying to give us bits. He's been fucked off. Fucked off a few times. He eventually got told fucking straight, fuck off, we don't want nothing to do with you. They tried to kill me for it. I'm 24 years old, they're 44 millionaires, 44 years of age, full-blown millionaires. They tried to trap into my street graft, got fucked off and tried to kill me so they could take the street graft. They never killed me, they put me in jail, deliberately put me in jail. And when they put me and my organisation in jail, they put Whitney on the graft. So when the Moors have done what they've done to us and we've been took out because of the Moors, don't get your shit in a twist, we got put in jail because the Moors made their people snitch on us. End of. So now when we've been took out, the Moors firm on the streets, the Whitneys, who was having to pay us every fucking month to graft at the bottom of Anfield, have now got our graft. So now when you're hearing in the city, the Whitneys, the Whitneys, the Whitneys, the Whitneys, the Whitneys, the Whitneys work for Willie Moore. The main Whitney has got kids to Willie Moore's family member. That's how tight they are. And we knew this from the get-go for years. That's why we had them paying us money. Them Whitneys were paying me $5,000 a month to sell drugs. That Willie Moore was fuming that his people couldn't sell drugs where we was. And that's why he tried to tap in and give us the drugs. When we refused, he tried to get me assassinated, fucked up, killed a young kid off the estate. Because of that young kid got killed off the estate, I've reacted, went out and got someone killed. And then went to jail. And then when I've gone to jail, Willie Moore and all them continue their graft for a little year or two while I'm in jail. They're not in jail. They're still out doing the things. They've got me in jail on remand. Eventually they get nicked, get put in custody, but they'd already put people in place on our graft, which was the Whitneys. I'd sold my phone a year later or something to them bakers. I had a graft on Langy that was making big dough, stepping on their toes, and he didn't like it, but they couldn't do fuck all about it. I just set up shop in Langy and they couldn't do shit about it. But they hated on me for years for it. So now when I've gone to jail, the people that were giving me a parcel, I've given a parcel allegedly to one of my links for the graft. My brother, actually, my youngest brother. It was all a lie. So what they're saying me is they've passed in 2 boxes of whatever and he's lost it. So now he's contacting me saying I'm in debt. So I've given so much to pay the debt. And then again, a few months later, they're on it again. It was obvious they wanted me phone. They wanted me Graft phone. So I just sold them it. Sold them my Graft phone. And on the day I sold my Graft phone to him, I told Ian, right, you don't need to work in that area ever again. You've got property, money, and this now. You don't need to be involved in a drug game. Invest what I've just give you, and I'll see you when I get out. Okay. Right through me jail, is everything okay with me investment? Yeah. Don't forget, majority of what I've given him is legit. You know, got it from a will off me nan. Got a load of money off me nan before she died. Years and years ago. So every year he's coming up, everything cool. Yeah, I've started this. I've opened a maintenance firm. I've got 3 properties. I've started a security business, he started it all, got it all going. So here I am now, a year left on my sentence. I'm 11 years in. I've got a year left till I'm out. I got an 18-year sentence to do 12 off it. Full term off it. Never got D's, never got paroles. Got fucked off for it all. So I've done my full term. So in the last year, I'm saying, is everything cool? Yeah, everything's sound. You're going to have this lump sum, because I'm thinking, like I was 20 years previously, property, refurb, spin. Property, refurb, spin. That's the page it was on at 20. At the age of 23, that's what I'm already doing. Getting properties, doing them up, renting them out. This is what I'm at 24. And that's basically what made all these quits on me. Why? Because I started buying shops and redoing them up and renting them out and that at the age of 23, 24. These cunts had never seen nothing like that before. Do you understand? They were used to stacking the money in cupboards. I was starting to launder mine already at the age of 24. They were just used to having stacks of dough everywhere. All of a sudden I'm popping up buying properties, putting me dough into them. So say I had like £25,000 drug money and I had legit dough here. I'd go and buy the property with legit dough. Say I bought that empty shell for 30 grand. That's how much the property was back then. Buy that empty shell for 30 grand. It's all legit. I've got the paperwork, it's mine. Now I need to do it up. So what I'll do, I'll go into my drug money and rig it up to the best I can. Best floors, best light switches, best marble, everything top of the range. So now I've spent 30 on the building. I've spent 25 drug profit money that cannot be accounted for anywhere at all. You know, it's dead money. It's in my room, it's dead. I've got to spend it, or it's dead money. So fucking, now, this building I bought for 30 grand the year before, splashed me 25 grand profit on it, drug profit. Now I've got an estate agent in. He's come in, he's walked around it. I value this property at £110,000. What does that do? Legitimises the 25 grand drug profit. Do you understand what I mean? Look, if I buy a car, no one uses cars, but I don't know why. If I buy a car that's worth Brewster's, but it's fucked. I buy a car that's worth Brewster's, but it's fucked. I buy the car with my own money. I then use my drug money to fix the car up. I then go and put the car on the market for full value, which legitimises the 15 grand drug money you put into it to fix it. So there you are, 6 months later, with 20 grand legit dough that was dirty dough 6 months before, off that one car. You can't really do it on properties these days. Why? Because they're watching where your money's going. So if you're under odds, and you go and buy this property and then you go to B&Q, the feds will go in. How much did he spend? Can you have a copy of the receipt, please? So you can like franchise that work out on the cars. I shouldn't have fucking told you, to be honest, because it's a unique way of cleaning your money. You've got people using barbershops, you've got people using cafeterias, you've got people using venues for nights out. You've got loads of people fixing crash cars up, but they're not using drug money, they're using legitimate money. You, as a criminal who's got loads of dirty cash, can go and buy that AMG Merc that's had its wing wrote off and insurance have discontinued it and paid out on it. You can go and buy that, get your 50 grand drug money, get that mechanic at the bottom of the road and go fix that for us. Give you the wage at the end. He'll fix it up for you. All that drug money that you've put into that AMG to fix it is now valued legitly. So you buy the car, it's in a mad mess, so you've got it fucking cheap. It's going to cost you 35, 40 bags to fix this. But once it's fixed, it's worth 110 bags. So you buy it for 30 bags, fucked. You bang your 40 bags drug money into it, so now it's back on the road looking brand fucking new. You go to a dealership with it, he'll go, I'll give you 90 grand for that. You sell it to him straight away. Why? Because your 40 grand from 6 months ago that was dead, dirty, jail it was, is now legitimised. It's clean. So now you can get the 90 grand off this car and go and buy that business with it. And no one can do fuck all to you. Why? Because it's all legit. So if you've got 300 grand in dirty dough in your loft, go and look at 6 cars that are fucking top of the range cars, but need a lot of money put into them to get fixed. Go and get them, put them in a fucking lockup with a few oily men who can fix cars. Let them fix it. Years later, 18 months later, You can wait 18 months to have 250 grand laundered into real legit dough. Of course you fucking can. So that's what you do. Buy them, get them fixed, back on the market, get your dough in. Your drug money's cleaned. No one can say shit to you. No one. Unless you get caught in the act. Unless you get caught in the act, kid. Unless you're mid-operation, they're already watching you, and then you're going out and doing this. They can, as I say, if you've got to buy a bumper and alloys for this Audi RS6, if you're under obs, they're going to follow you to where you purchased them from, get receipts, and go turn around when the operation caves in and goes, okay then. So you don't work, you've got no business money coming in, you've got none of this, you've got none of that. How the fuck have you spent 35 grand on these car parts in a year? And you're fucked, you can't answer them. Anyway, that's organised crime. Let's come away from that, eh? Crime's not good for you. Let's just finish this story though, what brought us onto that. There are indications that he was addicted to drugs himself. 19, addicted to drugs himself, cannabis, probably ket and coke when he's got to 19, but from 14, 15, it's cannabis. The pre-sentencing report paints a pretty unattractive picture. The letter from his personal assistant does paint a slightly different picture about his involvement with his family. He does seem to be taking responsibility for his actions. It is a sad picture that results in a sentence of imprisonment nonetheless. Since he has been in prison, he has been working. That is the first employment he has ever had. It has given him hope for the future and some ambition to take employment when he can. Yeah, but he's got a criminal record, so he's unemployable. He is quite frank when he says that. Since he has been in prison, he has not been taking drugs. Bullshit. He's had a few clean piss tests. That has seen a vast improvement in his life and something he wishes to continue. Jeff has admitted being concerned in the supply of heroin and crack cocaine, appearing via video link to prison wearing a grey Montrix tracksuit top. He was handed 2 years and 5 months behind bars. Sentencing Judge David said, You have a concerning record with assaults and burglaries and thefts on it. You were a looked after child, so a good kid. You do have support, so he's got his parents around him. Reading about your life so far is troubling and worrying. You show loyalty and affection to your family, which is good, but also for friends, which is a good quality usually, unless you regard those involved in organised crime as friends. And this is what a lot of young lads are doing. Decent young lads, like this kid. He might have got involved in criminal offences, but not drug dealing until he started going to the system. Once he started going to prison, that's when he started tapping into drug dealing. The shout here, you show loyalty and affection to your family, which is good, which it is, but also for friends, which is a good quality. If the friends you're giving your loyalty to are good quality fucking friends. Anyone that's willing to put you on a bike, put drugs in your mouth and let you risk being arrested, convicted and placed in fucking prison is definitely not your fucking friend. There's no quality of friend there at all. So when you're going to be loyal, like you are to your mum and dad, like you are to your family, if you're going to give that sort of strength to a friend, make sure the cunt's a fucking friend of quality, not of want. Make sure it's not a friend who's older than you and he's going to use the shit out of you to get his own things in place in life. It's a good quality unless you regard those involved in organised crime as friends when you shouldn't. They are not friends to you, definitely not. You appear to have been restocking those who were out street dealing. I take account of what I have read about the various difficulties that you have. You have various diagnoses, including PTSD and ADHD. I have read about life experience that you have had throughout your life which have been difficult. You seem to have come up slightly through the ranks. I describe you as both a victim of organised crime groups because as a young person you were very, very vulnerable. But as a result of that, you have become involved yourself. So he was a victim who became the victimiser, like I was saying the other week. I worry for your future, but I hope that you worry for your future. So the judge worries for his future, but he's telling him, I hope you worry for your future. You are going to have to choose how you want your life to go from here. If you carry on being involved in street dealing, Class A drugs, you are going to get longer and longer sentences. I take into account your youth. I take into account what I know about you and your child. I urge you to do some thinking about how you want your life to go. One thing I hope can motivate you to stay out of prison is your son. I know you love your son. I hope that can act as a motivation for you. Do spend your time planning how you are going to spend your time once you are out. Take him down. Yes, Katie? Young 19-year-old kid, 2.5 years in jail. Don't know how old his son is, but he can't be that old. So there's 1.5 years that son has not got a dad. Hopefully the mum of that son doesn't take that kid to the prison to see dad. That needs to be half of the punishment. That needs to be the consequences. And I think, thinking forward, when you think about like prevention tactics and trying to encourage lads in and out of jail not to go back there, I think the law courts and the justice sector could and should consider alternative punishments alongside the jail sentence with regards to the prison sentence. That makes sense? Yeah, look, if you've got a 19-year-old lad who's got a birthday and he's got a nice young daughter or son, and he goes to jail for dealing drugs or armed robbery, whatever, and his girl outside is bringing his kids up for him, is having regular visits with him, is letting him ring him every night to soothe his fears and insecurities and making his jail basically 10 times fucking easier. But in the same process, you're introducing that child to the custodial system and you want to keep your kids as far away as you possibly can from there. So when this judge is sentencing these young lads, 2.5 years, I sentence you, what he should be saying is this: I sentence you to 2.5 years. For the full 2.5 years, you cannot have access to your children whilst in prison. You cannot have your child coming up to the visit centre in the prisons you're in. And they need to start putting that as part of the sentence. Why? Because the lads will miss the kids that fucking much. They'll never want to go back. That's my theory. If that lad gets locked up, the worst punishment that lad can have is no access or contact with his child It's the worst thing you can do to that dad. When he goes to jail, the only thing he's thinking about is his bird and his kid. If it's not the bird, it's the kid. The first phone call he's making is his kid. The first visit he's having is his kid. And this kid coming up makes his jail time 10 times easier. So he's not suffering as much as he would. And that first jail sentence, you need your kid to suffer as much as he fucking can in there. You don't need to make it good. You don't need to make it luxurious. You need to let him know what the fuck he's missing out on when he goes to jail. When he's going to jail, the only thing he's missing out on is fucking you. He can go in the toilet and wank. It's not asked. When he's not getting his kids, he's asked. And if you, as a woman, love your fucking boyfriend or love your fucking man, and he's going in and out of jail, and you're taking your kids up to jail to see your fucking fella, you need to be telling your man, you fuck up, you go to jail, don't for 1 minute think my child's coming near that fucking prison to visit you. I don't give a shit. When you go out and risk your freedom, you're fucking our lives up. When you go out and start committing crimes and doing this daft shit, getting yourself put in jail, you're destroying mine and your kid's fucking life. You go to jail, don't expect me and my kids to come and fucking visit you. Put that on your fella, and that's half the job done. He won't, look, it's half done while you've planted the seed. So if he continues and he goes into crime, he's fully expecting you not to mean what you said. That's why he's continued to do his crime. But now he goes into jail and you're sticking to what you fucking say. Look, you can either have your fella going back umpteen times in your fucking life all the time, or you can stop him. Don't expect the system to stop your fella from going to jail. You can stop him by not rewarding him when he's in there. Don't send him the clothes that he expects. Don't give him the visits that he expects. Don't bring the fucking kids up. And he'll think twice about going to jail. Why? Because I want to be with me fucking kids. If you and your cheeky just went, started bouncing sausages off them, flung the fucking tray at them, and just walked back to my cell, which was only across the landing. Got in there, sat down, the door slammed, I'm just sitting there. They come back to account, and that's normal. They do a counter roll check, that's normal. And then I can hear tiptoes, and then another one looking, and I'm thinking, right, this isn't normal. I'm on it, this isn't fucking normal, what's going on here? So in Walton, you've got these little shit slits, and a little fucking thing, and I'm looking out, and they're all outside, getting geared up, getting the helmets on, the shields ready, like 12 strong. So I've just told, come out, these are coming in, lad, get on your fucking bed. He's typed on his bed, you know what I've done? So this is the reasoning why they said they come through my door. You know the first time when they've walked past on the roll check? The second time he's gone past, I'm sat on a table chair, and because there's two of us in the cell, he's under the window and I'm on the chair behind the door, speaking like that, not aggressive, just like doing what we normally do. These said have barricaded my door. They went to the governor and said, geez, barricaded, which gave them the authority to come in the way they came in. I weren't barricaded as fuck, but I clicked. I was on it straight away. They think I'm fucking barricaded. They've said I'm barricaded. So what I've done is got the baby oil out. His baby oil, not mine. He used to, whatever. So I've got the baby oil all over the floor. So I'm ready now. I've got my top off. I'm just in my shorts. They're telling me to get by the wall. I'm going, fuck off. Turn round, face the wall. I'm going, fuck off. They just burst in. But they're all going on their asses and that. And squish. I'm struggling with them for like 20 minutes. Where I've got oil on my arms. So when the gloves are coming in and they're fucking grabbing me, they just go and slip. So when they're trying to grip me, I'm just gone. They got me in the end, squash in the corner. Crossed me legs up like a figure four and just carted me out. So now I'm getting carried down a block, getting body shotted off all these fucking dickheads. I turn to the side and I see that fucking Hague. And because he'd been terrorising Danny, and Danny had been alerting me outside, I'd already done homework on him and knew where his mum lived, knew his ma's address and all that. So now these are persecuted. I'm getting carried by the Mufti squad. And they're doing all mad shit to me, body shot behind your ear, twisting your nose, your toes, twisting your toes, mate, honest, that's a killer. I'm giving him shit, SOA, you little rat, and away your ma lives, your fucking house is getting done and all this. Whoa. So I go down the block. 2 days later, they get a security ship out to Strangeways. 2 days later, police come up and charge me with threats to kill on this SOA. During this period, I've still got me offences I'm on remand for. Get acquitted on all them offences. So the robbery, the 20, the everything, the aggravated, all that, got acquitted on it. And now I'm just on remand for threatening a fucking screw. Got told I'm getting 4 years if I go not guilty. If you go guilty, you'll get 18 months. Got 18 months for threatening a fucking screw, mate. So the point I'm making is, I know it started there and it was a bit long-winded, but the point I was making was, you can go into jail for a little 6-month remand period and never get the fuck out. Serious, mate. You can go into Walton and some little shit, you'll fucking break his jaw and shatter his skull on the floor and you're getting a 10. So it's like a minefield. You know, for people with release dates, it's a minefield for them. You know, when you've got a long term with a release date like I was, your jail's different. You know, when you haven't got a release date. So when I first went to jail and I'm on remand, I'm thinking, because my barristers are telling me, you're getting 35 to 40 years recommendation. So because I've substantiated that in my mind, this is me now, this is me, I'm never getting out, this is my life, I've got to adapt in here. So now I'm on this mindset, when shit's happening, I'm dealing with it. He's being cut, he's being stood on, he's being swilled. Everything like this is going on while I'm on remand. Why? Because I've got no release date. And that mindset's dangerous. But the minute I've got a release date, well then, it's a whole different ball game. Why? Because you've got people like me, with a 45 rec mindset, looking at you, who dickheads are saying there's 50 quid on him there, it's 100 grand on my man there. It's what it was like for me in jail. Didn't hit the numbers once, but you had the Moors trying to do me, but because real Scousers knew the real story, no one came near me over it. Do you get what I'm saying? Think about it, you got these rats calling me a fucking wrong'un, right? And this bullshit, what they've been screaming, started in 2004. So I'm in jail in Walton with this shit getting screamed. I'm on remand in Walton for a year before I get transferred to Strangeways with this shit getting screamed. I go from north to south, Swaleside, Woodhill, Parkhurst, Milton Keynes, Bullingdon, every Loudon Grange, Dovegate, every prison with the same bullshit getting said about me. I had serious heads coming up to me, asking me on it. Do you get what I'm saying? No one, not once, done fuck all. No one. I get out of jail. No one's calling me fucking nothing. Someone tries to shoot me dead. I know who it is. I don't snitch on them. 3 months later, now I'm a wrong'un. Now I've got Willie Moore jail. Do you get what I'm saying? Let me tell you straight up right now. You know, if you're a fucking wrong'un and you're in any prison, you're getting your face cut. Straight up. And it doesn't matter, even if you're a Muslim, if you're a full-blown snitch, you're getting hurt. You're not on normal location, ever. Ever. Half of them people in there see a snitch 10 times worse than a nonce. You've got serious fucking monsters who hate grasses, even though they're hated themselves by the population. So no matter where you go, if you're a full-blown fucking wrong'un, which they scream I am, you're cut to ribbons, mate. You ask any certified kid in the system and they'll tell you fucking straight. You don't go through a 12-year sentence and come out the other side looking as handsome as fucking me if you're a wrong'un. You don't. End of. Just snitching to a screw gets you put in hospital. Do you get what I'm saying? What can you do? You can't really challenge the rumours. All you can say is produce the paperwork. But then even the paperwork, you know, years ago, I had fake paperwork on me getting put round a prison trying to encourage people to target me. And let me just make this clear. People was not targeting me because of other people. People were not targeting me because who I am. Do you get what I'm saying to you? They weren't leaving me alone because they were shook at my man. Because all these my mans were shook at fucking me. That's the way it was. Because you converted in jail, says Birdie. Did I? I think you've got me mixed up with Danny. And so if it did, what if it did, mate, Birdie? Insane Remen. LH San Remen. So what if it did, mate? I never fucking would. Why? Because it's more nonsense in custody. You know, we could be plotting on doing a fucking wrong and that's done mad things to kids. Go to the gym, come back, he's converted, all of a sudden he can't be touched. That didn't make a difference to me. You know, don't go on like Muslims don't get damaged in prison. Because they do. Why? Because of the offences, not because of the religion. They might spin it on the religion, but it's not. The reason why the brothers in custody find it insulting that this Muslim's being hurt because of his offences is because he was a Muslim. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, look, we're on a wing and a Muslim kid came in and he's a fucking wrong'un. He's getting hurt, not because he's a Muslim, because of his offence. Now that Muslim kid might get shipped out and go down south and no one's aware of his offence, or they're aware of it but don't care, they look past it. Well, you're doing it in one of our boys because he's a Muslim. No, nothing to do with his fucking religion. He's damaged young girls outside. So when I was in jail, I was based with Muslim kids, trained with them, ate with them, not just British Muslims, you know, Turkish Muslims, Kurdish Muslims, Greek Muslims, Albanian Muslims, Nigerian Muslims. I've mixed with them fucking all in my prison. I sat with them more than I sat with Scousers. Why? Because they're all fucked off drugs, getting parcels over, and I want to just get my jail done and get the fuck out. They're living the best life. Do you understand what I'm saying? So all my jail, I was based with Manx and foreigners. I'd have it with a few Scousers, like the serious ones, John Smith, Ronnie Scott, individuals, old school Scousers. But all these, I was protecting most of them. I was getting them buys on the wing for most of them. Honest. Getting bills cancelled for them and shit like that. How are you, Tracy? So I never converted, mate. Although I had the opportunity to do so. Plenty of times. I was encouraged. I was basically getting groomed to convert. Never broke. That's the strength in me. That's why you hear me saying all converts are weak. Why? Because I know the thing, like I know the feeling of the transition. I know the emotional feelings and what you think and what you go through and how weak you are and how fragile you are, to the point where you're nearly fucking broken and converting. I've dragged myself back from that. I've not turned my back on Christ. Do you understand what I'm saying? Danny converted. There's loads of lads converting. Converting. Loads. I'd say the majority of the converts have converted because of prison. Or double agents like Andrew Tate. Got loads of Christian kids fascinated with him. And then converted. In that one sweep, you probably got 800,000 white lads converting. Why? Because Dickhead Tate did it. Converted. Conned every that he was a real Muslim. And that's what you get in prison. As I say, you'll get that white kid who's done horrendous shit or done the madness down there, and he's shook to fuck, and he knows if he can con the Muslims into believing that he's reverting, he's protected. So what will he do? Convert. And whilst he's in custody, he'll play the Muslim. He'll act the Muslim. Behind his door, he's still fornicating. Behind his door, he's still smoking. It's all haram, innit? The minute he gets out of prison, his praying stops. He's back on bacon butties. That's what I call a convert. Someone that converts to make his life better. Materialistic wise and in the devil's world. You've got lads that are converting to Islam and inside they're the devil. Yeah, so look, if I just said to you, Carl, my brother, if I said to you, right, this lad here, I never told you his religion. If I said this lad here has murdered 2 young girls and done mad shit to them, what would you call him? What would he represent to you? Yes, happy-go-lucky. See, you'd call him a beast, you'd call him a devil, you'd call him a demon, you'd call him a monster, wouldn't you? So what makes you think he's not? If he's dressed like a Muslim or a Christian? What makes you think he's still not a monster just because he looks religious? So no, mate, I didn't convert, although they probably love me too. Why, it's another clink in their armour, isn't it? For that mindset in them communities, every solid, powerful white man that they can get converted is another clink in their armour. Why? Because they've made another Judas out of a strong firm. They've got another traitor. Who are they traiting on? Christ. They're not traiting on Christ. They're traiting on the church. If you believe in Christ, you don't trait on Christ. You don't turn your back on Christ. When you follow Jesus, you can easily turn. Why? Because you're full of shit. And if someone comes along with better shit than that, you're going to get full of shit again. So the real men of Christ are the ones that won't bow down to the devil. The men that follow Jesus will always bow down to the devil. That's why you've got men that follow Jesus willing to lose the manhood to next man, when men of Christ protect manhood at all cost. Why? Because you're guided to. You're not instructed by a manual. You're guided through feeling and emotion. And he would tell you that's wrong and make sure you stick to the truth on that. Is that Christ's teachings say, Christ doesn't teach. Christ guides. Guidance is not teaching. Katrina, say an example. What do you mean example? Yes, Lisa. What do you want an example of Christ? Me? I'm not proclaiming to be Jesus. Don't get your shit in a twist. I'm saying within me is the Spirit of Christ. Christ in us all. That's what it is. It's there, it's dormant in you. If you believe, you'll activate. Believe, you'll activate. The Bible is an instruction book for man. It's written by man, for man. The Quran, written by man, for man. Yes, so what teachings are you following? There is no teachings to follow Christ. You've just got to believe. I can't give you a rule book how to conduct yourself in your life. Why? Because your path is not my path. So let's look here. Now we've got this idiot. Yes, there are what you are talking about. Says, baddie, and she's got a thing on her face. Be with your feet in the dunya and with your heart in the akhirah. The truth lies within. So you're always going to have a problem with me. Why? Because I don't consider any prophet anything to do with the Creator. No prophet is anything to do with the Creator. None. What's the difference with that prophet and that prophet? One had Christ within and one doesn't. That's the difference. I'm not asked whether you're Islamic, you're Christian or you're Jew. I consider you as non-believers. I consider the three of you as infidels. Why? Because you're led by man, not the Creator. Oh, well, it's God's word and Jesus' word. No, it's not. Jesus hasn't sat down and writ his story and give it to you. You've got other men writing a story about a man, and you're expected to believe it as truth. Same with the Quran. You've got Prophet Muhammad, who can't read and write, but you've got other historians writing on him, and you think this is true. It's pretty fucked if you ask me, mate. For me, born a Roman Catholic, realised what the church is, left the church behind, found Christ. I'm on a spiritual journey. I'm not caught in this realm of the devil like you. I'm not locked out here. I'm not fond of all the cars. I'm not fond of all the money. I'm not fond of all the big restaurants with all the boss foods. That's the devil's place. It's where yous belong. I don't belong with yous. We're different, the men of Christ. We get guided without man's word. The Creator doesn't speak in man's language. He guides you through your emotions. He makes sure you master every emotion you've got within, including your anger and your hate. I can see it coming out of you, and you're not even in the same room as me. You're nothing to do with the Creator. Why? Because you've got that poisonous energy. You're not getting through to the afterlife. You're not going through to paradise. Why? Because you've got the poisonous energy within you. You're full of hate. You're full of deceit. You can't confront your fears, hence the mask on your face. Don't think I'm insulting you personally here. You know, you believe I'm a non-believer, and I believe you're a non-believer. It's fair. Me, in this cosmos universe that we exist in, I'm not bowing down to some dickhead with a frock on. I'm not bowing down to the next man. I'm not bowing down to that brother or that man or that priest or that imam. I'm not bowing down to that boss of that company. The only thing I'll ever bow down for is the presence of Christ. And that's what I'm fulfilled with. The presence of Christ. And every day I'm believing in his presence, I am becoming more fulfilled and enlightened. Every single day. Yous are locking yourselves off. You're putting your head in a book, expecting to get somewhere you're never fucking going. You're not on the right journey. Your heart's in the right place, but your mind's gone. Your mind's fully controlled. You're on a journey of purpose because you believe it holds the purpose you've been told it holds. Who by? Next man. And that's just me. You know, call me what the fuck you like. I'm not locked in no group with man. I'm locked in with Christ. And a lot of yous can't stand that fact. Why? Because I tell you powerfully. I tell you articulate. I tell you with passion and substance. I'm not just some fucking lunatic screaming Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Why? Because Jesus is a fucking relevant. The body of Jesus was irrelevant. It was the stuff that was inside that mattered, and you've been hidden from it all your fucking lives. The Holy Spirit of Christ is where the magic is. You need to tap into it. It doesn't matter what book you're learning from. Every single book will tell you you're waiting for the return of Christ. Well, let me educate you. Christ risen years ago, and he's risen here, right above your fucking head. Christ is the consciousness concept. Without Christ, you don't perceive. You've got no perception. Without the Spirit of Christ within you, the perceivement and the perception you're getting is from a book and films. Christ activates you so you open up and understand exactly what you're meant to be doing to get through and have eternal life through the Lord Jesus Christ. Continuity of life through the Lord Jesus Christ. The powerful word, Christ. Fuck everything else off. You don't need the church. Believe in Christ and get on that inner journey with Christ. Fuck all these lost ones. These are lost souls. These are going into dead ends. And I like to just say to this, look, your journey with Christ is not in the devil's world. It's in the universe. It's inside. When you close your eyes, you're in Christ's place. When you open your eyes, you're in the devil's place. If you're thinking like the devil, if you think it's okay to murder women and children in Gaza, if you think it's okay to gang rape white girls in this country, you're in the devil's place, mate. You're not in God's place at all. You're nowhere near Christ's place. You're never getting there. You're full of poison right through you. Your whole spirit, your whole energy structure is dirty. And that will never get through to the afterlife where it's fluorescent. There's no hate, no deceit, no discrimination, no fornication, no drugs, no alcohol, no fucking nothing. There's only one way you get there, and that's through the Spirit of Christ. And I don't give a fuck what religion you come from. If you're not bowing down now to the Spirit of Christ, you're not getting in. Don't think all of a sudden you're aware of the Spirit of Christ and now you want to bow down and ask for forgiveness. You're in your moment of judgment right now. You're in your moment of judgment right now. This is the top of the tree. You can't go through unless your spirit's clean. Your vessel breaks here. This is the top of the chain. You're at the top of the tree. There's only two ways you can go from here. Through or back down. Trust me. If you want your spirit, your energy to be 100% potent, clean and powerful to pass through, you better get inside your fucking self and you better go searching. And when you start searching, you'll feel the presence of Christ come to guide you through your search. And he will address you. He will get all the trauma out of you. He will get all the addiction out of you. He will eradicate your mental health. He will absolutely clean you the fuck out so you're chosen and ready to go through. Don't think you can put a fucking rosary bead on your neck and all your prayers are going to get fucking answered. It's a man-made curriculum for man to be controlled. That's what religion is. You need to tap into spirituality. You need to tap into sun worshipping, moon worshipping, because that's where the real fucking universe exists.